Hey everyone, I hope everyone's doing good. I have a brand new card trick. There's a couple of parts that I just kind of skipped past. One is where, and I've done this before, in this deck, three cards get taken and then they get shuffled back in the deck. Now, we're just going to use the three twos, but again, they could be any three cards and they get mixed up in the deck, but I want you to be able to remember them easily, okay? But we're going to use the three twos because it's a bigger um, abstract from the cards that are going to find them. These are the cards that I say I take these out of the deck so they don't get chosen. Okay, and yes, these will go in different areas of the deck. So even knowing them, it doesn't really help me. They get placed in three different parts of the deck. All right. And if you remember, they're the three twos. There are two reds and a black two, I think. And you take and you legitimately mix these cards up well, just like I'm doing. Give it the old overhand shuffle. And I'm going to get fancy. Not only do I shuffle the cards, because some people are like, with magicians, well, every time you shuffle, you don't shuffle the top or bottom stock of five cards. So could you cut them, please? So I try to please everyone, so the cards get cut as well. That way, whatever was on top and on bottom, they're now cut into the deck. And there's no way I can know. My wrist is still bothering me. I can lift it up a little bit, whereas before I couldn't lift it up at all. And we'll cut it once more just for good measure, like that. All right, and so you remember the three selections were the two red twos and one black two. Now these are the cards that I did not want to have taken. These are the collector cards. They're the kings, okay? They're the kings. All right, and I do want you to see right here you have the King of Hearts, okay? You have the King of Hearts. Here you have the King of Clubs. Here you have the King of Diamonds. And here is the King of Spades. All right. And I would take these and I would say, okay, we got the four kings. What I'd like you to do is just cut those this pile into four piles. So go on, take that and cut that. All right. This one gets put in like so. So he cuts this and I say, all right, cut that one in half approximately. Now take this pile and cut that in half. And so they do. And I say, okay, now I'm going to take and place one king on top of each pile. One king, since it's the four kings, they're going on top of each pile. Okay, just like that. So we got a king now on top of the four piles. And I will say, okay, now this is where it gets interesting. They will always get this pile no matter what. Let's say I say pick two piles. They pick these two. I just say, okay, those aren't the cards. Let's say they pick these two or the pile and another pile. Let's say they pick these two and I'll say, okay, lift your finger off one. If they lifted off this, I'll say, okay, we're not going to use this, which leaves us with this. And let's say they lifted off this, we'll say, okay, we won't use this, we'll use this. So no matter what, and it's not that big a secret, so I don't mind giving it away. So I will say, okay, you could have chose any four piles, we're left with this with this pile. Which king would you like to appear? Because I put one on each top. Which king would you like to have appear on this pile? The clubs, spades, hearts, or diamonds? Let's say they pick the romantic king, the king of hearts. And I'll say, well, just to be sure, I actually made the king of diamonds, the king of clubs, the king of hearts, your king, and the king of spades. That way I know I will never fail. And if you look on top of these, here we got a 2 of diamonds, one of the selections, a 2 of spades, the other selection. Remembered, I shuffled and cut and cut and shuffled, and this pile was chosen. Well, that part you know. And there are the selections. So we got the kings and we got the selections. And that's after mixing them up and everything. So I hope you enjoyed Collectors Plus. Thank you. God bless. I love you all. Peace to your mom.